Apparently, European soccer fans are discovering something shocking. Americans are nice. Jim absolutely loves these videos. I watched them thinking, what on earth did these people think America was going to be like? You love these videos. Why do you love these videos?
I don't think I was expecting to see people having as much fun as they do, and that's what's so heartwarming. But then there's all the kind of the unexpected things about people, European people discovering things that I don't really give much thought to. Ranch dressing, for one. These people are raving about ranch dressing, and who knew? And these, kind of unhealthy American fast food joints that they're probably maybe unfortunately falling in love with, but they can't get enough of places like the Waffle House and things like that. And it's just it's fun to see people enjoying our country, because I look at it at the other way. I love going to Europe. I mean,
Mm,
that's always,
yeah.
new for me,
Mm,
and seeing things there. So I don't really think of, they're seeing it through eyes that I don't see.
mm.
But I wasn't expecting them to just to be enjoying it so much. Everything you hear today is negative, not just about the U.S., but everywhere in the world. We seem to be at, if you're just looking at the media, we're at each other's throats.
Mm.
We're miserable, we're unhappy, and that's none of that. These people are having fun, which is what it's supposed to be.
I am surprised about these videos, and in the beginning, I couldn't care less because for me it was like, duh, of course Americans are nice, and the food is good in its bad way, but I'm still surprised to hear people say, oh, they are so nice, these Americans. I understand that media hasn't been that great in at least in Germany. Um, and I know Germans don't agree with what happens politically in the United States right now, but how could that go so far that Scottish or British people come here and are surprised about how friendly Americans are? That just blows my mind. I don't get that.
There was one British guy who said, "America, we owe you an apology,"
Yeah,
which
I saw that one
I
too.
don't think they
No,
owe us an apology. We're glad to have you
yes,
have you here.
yeah. Ah, aren't you friendly, you Americans? You just did it again.
Not always. No, but a lot of this, is shaped by the media, and I
Yeah,
used to work in the media
yeah,
for a long time, and the media, that performs a very important function.
yeah.
The, however, conflict is the oxygen of media,
Mm,
and problems.
mm.
You don't cover, we have a saying, the house that didn't burn down doesn't make the news. So if that's all you're being fed all the time, you're going to come away with that impression, and then you're going to be completely surprised.
But just for a moment back to how surprised Europeans are, how friendly Americans are. I mean, did they expect people to hiss them at Walmart? Americans are actually known for being very friendly and open, I thought. People know that. And that's exactly why they say, in Germany at least, oh, they are so shallow. It's so superficial, the Americans. Their
Well, that
friendliness.
one's true. No.
Well, you can't trust their friendliness because it's superficial friendliness. And yes and no, depending on where you are and with whom you are. But and then at the same time, people are just surprised that Americans are friendly. It just makes no
I think you
sense.
kind of tapped into something, though, that depending on where it is. I've always seen it. I don't think it's a country versus country thing. I think it's a big city versus
Yeah,
small town, small. In the
yeah,
U.S.,
yeah.
you know what? If you are in, say, New York City, on a busy subway on a Monday morning at 9 a.m., people might not be all that friendly and warm and welcoming.
Mm,
If you're in Dubuque, Iowa, on a Saturday afternoon at a fair, Maybe they are.
I just saw yesterday videos about people in Boston. They are absolutely happy, the Europeans, about how friendly the Bostonians are.
Yeah.
So it's a big city.
Well, people are people too, and if you want to find rude Americans,
Yeah,
you can find some. If you want to find some not very nice people, you can find them just like you can in
in any, yeah.
in every part of the world.
I have been wondering, what do you think where these soccer fans' expectation came from? Where did it come from?
I would we blame the media a
Yeah,
lot. But social media, that has got to be a big one too.
yes, real right.
I've been trying to wean myself off of Facebook because of
Yeah,
the negativity of
yeah,
it. But you're always people make these sweeping generalizations about
yeah,
Americans are so dumb. Americans don't care about the poor people. They
mm,
don't care.
yeah,
You repeat that stuff enough,
yeah,
and because one person says it somewhere doesn't make it generally true. And I think what this has done, this World Cup phenomenon, it's thank God people are coming here to see it for themselves and to
yeah,
make their own.
yes,
So when they go back and people have one of those stereotypes, they can say, well, that really wasn't my experience,
yeah.
you know?
I think you're right. I was always blaming the media for this, but I can't remember ever reading an article in a newspaper about how unfriendly Americans are.
Right.
That wouldn't be newsworthy. But this is exactly what social media
Yeah.
is doing.
Don't forget, we have our own stereotypes too
Yeah, yeah.
about Europe.
Where have we been wrong about other countries? Would that the next question be
Yes.
now? I grew up not liking French people. My picture was they are all very arrogant. They all don't like people who don't speak perfectly French. So even if you have an accent, you are dismissed. And I just didn't like French people. And then we were invited to a wedding to my cousin's wedding, and she married in France. And it was not only beautiful, our experience with the French people was maybe similar to what I now see in the videos of the European soccer fans.
Yeah.
It was, if I remember back, it was like, oh God, he was so friendly to me. Did you hear that? She
Yeah.
was so nice to me. I couldn't believe that my picture was so wrong back then, and it was wrong. They were absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
What are your
I'm
memories?
going to stick with the France thing. What do we hear in the U.S.? We hear about the French.
Hmm.
The worst stereotypes is that they are rude, that they're arrogant, that they're full of themselves. Um, and then I think we're talking about the same trip here.
Yeah.
My first time in France was in southern France
Mm.
on the Riviera, and it was just like anywhere I'd ever been in terms of people. They were, it's a touristy place. So, they have incentive to be
Yeah.
to be nice to tourists. But I found people there to be very, very kind and very wonderful atmosphere. I really liked it.
I think it's interesting with these videos of the soccer fans. I just became aware, okay, there are stereotypes. We all have them. We all will live with them. We don't often even know that these are stereotypes because we totally believe this is the truth and that the reality is so much
Yeah.
nicer
Yeah.
than what they thought. I think this isn't really a story about America. It's a story about everyone. We all have opinions. We all think we know places we've never really experienced. But where are these opinions coming from? And then one conversation, one stranger, one trip changes the whole picture. I think that's one of the best reasons to travel, isn't it? If you've ever traveled somewhere and discovered it was completely different from what you expected, I genuinely love to hear where it was and what surprised you most.